Hey folks, welcome back to Failure at Retirement. I appreciate all of you who reached out, left me comments on old videos about was I okay, where am I, what am I doing. I really appreciate that. I really do. It's a great community we got going on here, and I enjoy that a lot. But a guy has just been busy failing at retirement, if I'm being honest. So let's talk about that for a minute and what that actually looks like. So that concept came about between me and my friends several years ago, long before the YouTube channel, where a guy was just involved in so many things and had so many different irons in the fire, working on so many different projects at one time that, really wasn't taking the time to enjoy my retirement. So that's how the whole failure at retirement thing originally came about. And then here lately, I haven't filmed videos because while that construction crew was here working on the house, they were showing up at usually 6, sometimes 7 in the morning and working all day, leaving at 3:30, 4 o'clock. And it was hot. We had a really hot summer here, many, many, many days over 100. I haven't looked it up, but I feel like it's got to be above average by a fair amount. And then because of the heat, a couple times I tried to film, in the afternoon or evening after those guys left, but it was still terribly hot, and my camera was not liking it. In fact, I think it was the last video I filmed. I didn't think I had anything because the screen on my camera went funky early on. But fortunately, I actually did have a decent video. I just, I didn't know that until it was over. So, and then I've been really busy with this house, and the main construction ended 2 months ago, but the subcontractors have really been taking their sweet time. So the house is not done yet. Um, we still have a few more things to do, and we still have another probably 2 to 3 weeks if we're lucky. Could go further. We're really waiting on our front door right now, and then there's some other details to do, like putting our downspouts on and stuff like that. I'll film it when it's all done and post another finished video of the house. It looks fantastic so far. We're very, very happy with it. But honestly, this whole process of doing this house, it's a sort of a new thing to me, having a contractor do a big project on my house like this. And it honestly took a lot more of my mental bandwidth than I ever expected. In my head, it's like, well, I'm hiring this guy to do it. I know he does good work. He's worked for me before. But really, it's like every day there's like little details the foreman wants to know. How do you want this? How do you want that? And then in return, I'm asking him, like, okay, like, explain to me what you're doing here and why are you doing it this way? Because I had it in my head this other way. And so, was I being a pain in the rear end? Yeah, probably. But a lot of it is because I built my last house myself. I built several other buildings, so I got an idea how it should go. And then if I see an easier way or what looks to me like an easier way for them to do something, I'm really not going to hesitate to point that out. I'm basically paying them by the hour. So if I can make it go faster, I'm going to. So that took a lot more mental bandwidth than I ever really expected. And then I did a little teeny bit of the work myself, mostly the electrical. Had to take all the outside lighting off the house, the covers off the outside plugs, all of that kind of stuff. And then I moved 3 of my different porch lights, moved them, mostly raised them higher because I thought they were awfully low, especially with the style of porch light that I use. So, don't get me wrong. In the scheme of things, that was 1% of the project or something, but it still took a guy a while to do all that. And then inside, the one room where we took the French door out, put a window, that room needed to be sheetrocked inside. So it's like, okay, move the furniture out for the sheetrock, and then, well, the painter's not going to be back for a while, so move it back in so we can have dinner with the family. That kind of stuff just kept a guy pretty darn busy, honestly. So, and then at the same time, I've been working on my backyard a lot. You'll see that also soon. It's not a lot to see today, but you'll see that soon enough. But, don't get me wrong here. Like, a guy's still like enjoying his retirement. We're doing better and better all the time. Wife and I are traveling once or twice a year, and we're not doing much on the weekends, but enjoying it with our friends. I'm not worried about going to work every day. There's a lot of that stuff that I do feel like we're getting right. But the failure part is just like a guy just takes on big projects, and sometimes too many of them at once. And that's just the way I'm wired, unfortunately. I've kind of learned my lesson on this one a little bit. Like, guy's just not in shape anymore to go at it, 10, 12 hours a day doing stuff, doing electrical work or whatever. Um, but that's just how I'm wired, is just to keep the projects coming, basically. And, I do like my home to look nice. I like it to be a certain way. I like my landscaping to be a certain way. And I do all that, myself, basically, most of it anyway. So it's on me, it's on me that, I'm OCD about the way it looks. And so I end up working on it more than I maybe need to. But that's just the way I'm wired. So a lot of that is the part where I'm failing at retirement, right? And, it's tongue in cheek. Am I failing? Really? No, not really, but it's just my own personal deal. But I will tell you, for anybody out there who's thinking about retiring and worrying what you're going to do, at least in my case, there's no worries on that. Like, I can just stay just more busy than I really want to be. And but again, that's a personal thing. If you're inclined to sit on the couch or your recliner, well, okay, but I sit in my recliner probably more than most folks because I am retired, but in the middle of the day, I don't have time for that. I'm out working on something. So anyway, that's a little bit about what I've been doing and where I've been the last couple months. I appreciate you guys hanging with me. Um, Make sure and leave a comment if you want to. And I should have some more videos coming soon. It'll probably be another month or two before I get it ramped back up to 2 or 3 a week like I used to do. But this is the second one I have filmed now, so I think I'm going to try to release one a week for at least the next month or so, and then we'll see where that goes. So thanks again for hanging with me, and we'll see you next time on Failure at Retirement. Have a good day.